Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are joining me from. My name is Sunil Satyendra. I am Nimma Coach. Nimma Coach essentially translates to your coach. I'm your coach for all your coaching needs, be it leadership, relationships, career transition, emotional wellness, creativity, anti-burnout, and even mental coaching. So today I come to you in the avatar of the mentor coach. I have completed my PCC quite recently, and I'm very passionate about the mentor coaching aspect. Purely because when I was basically going through my 500-hour journey, I wanted somebody with me who was a mentor for me as in my coaching space, enabling those smaller fine tuning in terms of competencies, relearning of some of these competencies, nuances of coaching, enabling those silences, the coaching mindset, giving that timely feedback in a way that it is nurturing and not really pushing me to a corner. Although I had the official 10 hours for ACC and the 10 hours for PCC, during coaching, during peer coaching, during a lot of these one-to-ones where they were in situ doubts or doubts that came in that particular session, I needed somebody to just bear that particular thought process with. And what better than to have a mentor? And also in during peer coaching, a lot of the feedbacks that came in were, "This is nice, or very well done, nice session, I liked it." Rather, it was very difficult for me to get some basic feedback on what went well, what went wrong, what could have been done better. A lot of the structures during the session itself were my own interpretations as a coach. And an external view with these competencies and with the larger focus on coaching would have been fantastic. How's the contracting? How's the reflection phase? What is moving in the grow model? What can be done better? What else can be asked at that particular point in space? Did I miss something very important? All these things, from a bird's eye point of view and a top-down approach, and also like a full-fledged, how do I say it? Full-fledged approach, more like an Indian thali rather than anything else, a complete meal being shared with me in terms of what went well, what didn't go well. So that was something I was seeking, and I was not really getting that day in and day out. So it was a space for me to also to get to improve, specifically maybe also between ACC, closure of ACC, and also beginning of PCC. There was a distance, there was a timeline where I was not sure if I was PCC, not sure if I was ACC. And a very long time, I didn't know much about the PCC markers and stuff like that. There are many others who I have seen in there in my peer coaching conversations. I've almost had a peer coaching conversations with around 150 plus coaches. A lot of us don't understand what we're doing right, what we're doing wrong. There are a lot of questions we have. Sometimes we use a cheat sheet, sometimes we use a sheet and just go with that. Sometimes we're completely in the flow and miss the entire contract. There's so many things that we would love as feedback from somebody who is a neutral observer. And to enable that, to facilitate that over a period of time, me and another coach, Jesus Finish, we started something called as observer coaching, where we were sharing feedback for whoever is coaching. And yeah, I think I've gotten better at sharing feedback. Now that I'm officially PCC, it allows me to bring this as part of me and share some of my feedbacks as a mentor coach for your own benefit in terms of competencies, nuances, better ways of doing, what's going well, your strengths, what could be possible areas of working. All that given as feedback to you in one-to-one in terms of transcript analysis, in terms of many other patterns being discussed. So I act as a mentor coach for you to just come share whatever is need. So I can actually use coaching as one of the methodologies for you to get to your own solutioning, or also my own experience and experiences that I've gathered from others to share. This could be done differently. So from Jan to around March, there's a cohort that I'm running. So every Saturday we meet from January 13 to until March 2nd, wherein we will be having 1 hour sessions where you are coaching for about 40 minutes with another peer coach, and I am observing, and then I am sharing feedback, and so is the rest of the cohort. So 8 members cohort, we are observing and we're giving you feedback. The rest of the 6 giving you feedback, and also me giving you some feedback about what went well, what could have been done better. And this is something that there is an energy exchange associated with that. I charge a very small minimal fee. somewhere around $125 ish for an Indian coach, and for people who are coming in externally, it gets a slightly delta in terms of the fees. So that's how I would price it. And there's definitely some space for you to try and come and learn from this. And this is a very small, intimate space, purely psychologically safe and no judgments. And yeah, I think whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So that's whatever happened in the session stays with the cohort itself, doesn't move outside. So all these things are being considered and being shared with you. And if you feel that this is something that's interesting for you, just please feel free to write to me at pungidasa@gmail.com. That's PUNGIDASA@gmail.com. Or drop me a message at +91 88 92 35 35 14. So 8892 35 35 14, and say you're interested in being part of mentor coaching conversations and the cohort. So this can be something that we can take forward. And in case the timings don't match for you, we meet on Saturday. And if the timings don't match for you, you want a one-to-one mentor coaching space, I think that's also possible. But yeah, it will carry some energy exchange in terms of finance. And that's the only thing as a heads up. But if you want to try this out and need a demo of how things work, we can also arrange that for you before we kickstart. So that's the update from me. So happy to have a conversation with you. And anytime during the usual day, I am available 10 o'clock to 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. India time. And then we can have a conversation. We can chat about this and take this forward. So yeah, so looking forward to close this conversation. I hope I have permission from you to close this call. And that's it, Sunil Satyendra signing off.